Hey there guys, and welcome back to Satisfactory Factory Tours Part 6. And today we are looking at the Grand train station. Now, I have taken a lot of inspiration for this build from real train stations, but it was more of an opportunity for me to try and make arches using pillars and beams. And I think they turned out really great, as well as the honeycomb effect. It was the first time trying that out, and I think the two go together really well. Now, I'd say the highlight for this build though has got to be that clock tower. It was not as hard as you think to make it, but it just adds that little touch to the build. Now let's go and check out inside. So at the entrance you have the ticket booth, more so for aesthetic reasons, but it's a nice little touch. Coming inside, you've got the information center. Now this is mainly just to hide the lights control and the power, but it's a nice little touch. You find them in real train stations. Coming over here, we've got two of the platforms housing 5 stations each. The main one in use at the moment is this one, so everything being created in MG Tech is coming into this station and is being sent to the main hub station. Now, if you've seen the showcase video for this build, you would have noticed that there used to be a lot of seating areas. Now, those seats were made out of signs, and due to the impact signs have on the game, I ended up having to delete them. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Going with the aesthetics though, I've added these cooling fans to the ceiling. I think it really helps give something to the ceiling rather than it just being blank and plain. Coming back to the middle, we've carried on with the arches, as well as the honeycomb effect on the back wall. And if you come through here, it just gives you a little area to look out and admire the view. And the train stations over here are the same as the other side, but these are mainly for items coming in to the build rather than leaving the build. Now if we jump down here, we can look at the tracks and the track supports, and we don't want to get hit by that train. So I've carried on with the pillars, and I really like the supports that I've done here, like the fact that they're floating off the ground. And then if we jump onto this path, we can follow it to this door. Now this door here takes us into the basement, and in here is where all the items are being moved about towards the stations. So these conveyor belts here, this is bringing in all the items from the MG Tech build, going into the buffer and then being sent into the station. And each station has its own buffer. That's just to help keep the items coming and filling up the station as quickly as possible. So if we follow this path back round, we can go to the front of the build again. There's the conveyor bus for the quartz and silica. And we can follow this path round to the bridge over the road. So this is the parking lot for the Grand Station. And there's nothing too technical about this build, it's just mainly train stations, but regardless, I wanted to make it look as good as I can. And I think it's turned out really good. And that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed the build, and I shall see you in the next one.